Welcome guys and gals. Today we're going to be playing some mid-budget Gruul Midrange. So we are continuing our series of ultra-budget, mid-budget, no-budget decks. So we've done Black-White Aristocrats, we've done the Dimir decks, and now we're going to be doing this variation as well with Gruul. We've also done Saheeli, is it? Um, so basically we played the earlier version this week. So it was all uncommons or uncommons minus the free cards that we got in Rekindling Phoenix and Carnage Tyrant. So the stream itself will be up afterwards, and I thought this time what we can do is build the deck on stream. Gotta delete a deck, sorry, let's get rid of whatever. So just to kind of give some thought as to what we want to change, what we don't, this will kind of give the end viewer a thought of why I chose certain cards. So the theme of the deck is to play out efficient creatures under curve, get them hasty with Rhythm of the Wild, and then have some resiliency with our planeswalkers. So in this next version, we're going to be looking to ideally add in some more relevant threats in Gruul. So if we look, Spellbreaker is something I like. So I think what we'll do is for Spellbreaker, let's add in the 3 Rekindling Phoenix that we're missing. Just again, resilient threats. And now the last one in terms of rares, I think we'll try to add in Growth Chamber Guardian. So Growth Chamber Guardian in this list creates pseudo card advantage in the sense that if we can get more copies out of our deck, which is a useful way to kind of get it going. So we can play that, and so that brings up our rare count outside of the lands to 8 rares and then 3 additional mythics. So that's about 11. Maybe we'll add in a Domri or 2. Gruul tends to be a little bit higher on the good cards being at the rare slot. So Domri, this gives our creatures can't be countered and fight ability as removal. Domri gives it Riot for haste. So I think we'll play 2 Domris. So that brings our total to 10 rares and 3 additional mythics, which isn't terrible. When we look at the full version, it's going to be a lot more like rare heavy and mythic. But we'll try this version out. You can shave off some of the numbers to see what you'd like instead. So I'm going to get rid of the Samuts. I'm going to get rid of the Arlans because they're too high on the curve. I think we'll get rid of the Angraths as well. We don't need the Vivian's Grizzlies anymore. And because we have Domri, Domri's Ambush isn't as necessary. And we can probably cut down a couple Merfolk Branchwalkers. Maybe just go down 1 Ambush and 3 Rhythm of the Wilds. Try it out like that. You still want your ramp. The Harpooners are good attackers. Actually, let's get rid of Zhang Jing instead of the Rhythm of the Wilds. Or Ambush. Do we want the removal more? Yeah, probably want the removal more. Let's go Ambush. And then in the sideboard, I still like a lot of these spells. We won a few games with Act of Treason, just stealing their best creature. And this just gives us a lot more resiliency against board wipes, hasty creatures with 4 toughness. So I think we'll run this one back as our kind of go-to version. Actually, 750 is good coins. So what I'll do is I'll play some best of 3 first with the deck, and then afterwards I'll play some best of 1, just to give people an idea of how the decks fare in both formats. So we'll get started and see how we go. So trying out something new on the stream with loots. So it should be a free way for viewers that are tuning in live. If you just drop a comment through the loots link, either on the screen or that I dropped in the chat, shouldn't cost you anything, and it'll play a small little ad like in the top corner. But it's just a way for me to monetize the stream while still keeping everything available on the YouTube channel. Not a terrible curve. We'll try it out. On the play as well is nice. So for those of you who are new to the channel, we play everything from tier 1 lists to budget brews. That's one thing I really enjoy playing. Viewer videos or suggested decks we'll play. Usually I'll put out between 3 and 7 videos a week on the YouTube channel. Alright, so this could be Black-White Aristocrats. So because they haven't really gotten out the second creature, so we have to decide if we want to... I think we just play this out this turn. If they play like Lazataf Reaver, they still sack 2 of their creatures to kill our Harpooner, and then we can always Zhur-Taa and Domri's ambush it next turn. Discovery in a priest deck seems a bit odd. I personally don't like Priest of the Forgotten Gods. I think it's like an overrated card. It's too slow, like our opponent can't block with it because it loses all its value. So here I'm going to give a haste. And then just fight here and then smash for a bunch of damage. They binned another priest in Discovery, so it looks like they're short lands. Pretty much have lethal on the opponent. So with Gruul, like against these decks, like creature decks, you're usually bigger, which is an advantage to us by being able to play. So opponent's thinking. Opponent's really thinking about it. Come on, opponent. Okay. 7, 9. So opponent might have left. Probably just want some Lava Coils and Rishkar. Oh, we queued up the wrong deck. Oops. Let me just concede out of this one. Sorry about that. So that was the ultra budget deck. Now let's play the proper one. Alright. Let's try that again. Alrighty. So you saw how the ultra budget deck could smash face quick. Growth Chamber, we can adapt it if need be. A cool interaction with Rhythm too is because you can put the counter on Growth Chamber. One's gonna just concede. Just run it back. Obviously don't know what the opponent's on. It's one of the negatives of unranked. Yeah, double Growth Chamber into Kraul Harpooner is fine. So here we'll just play the elf. Looks like white weenie. So no blocks here. So here, I think I just want to set up Rhythm of the Wild. This card's actually super annoying. Oh, that ad is very intrusive. Okay, I'm gonna switch those up. Sorry about that on the stream. We're trying it out to see how it is, but actually it took up just this portion. Let me know in the comments if you find that a little annoying. So Bodyguard is on Law Forcer. This being able to tap, okay, so they're gonna get rid of our rhythm, I guess is. A red source would be good for Phoenix. So they can tap down. Yeah, opponent's probably got this one at this point. So here, gonna force the block. They can sack this if they want to keep the Law Forcer. They did get to flip the Adonto. So we save 3 life that way. Here I'm just gonna keep putting out big bodies. This can block Benelish. So they got Benalia. Phoenix is really good in this matchup because you can just keep blocking and getting it back. We'll see if they want to tap down. They don't. We'll just play this out and Growth Chamber. Start adapting Growth Chamber. No attacks here. And Gideon.
This is a prime day
So
for
opponent's
justice.
curving out nice. So they are going to give Benelish Indestructible. They're out of cards. Want to really drop Phoenix so we can start attacking with Gideon. Actually, that's really good. So here we can play Domri, have Gruul Spellbreaker fight the Benelish Marshal. So you fight you. That weakens everything on their board. Go to Palomar.
Wild beasts are bringing your comeuppance.
No attacks here. They're gonna get the Benalia trigger off. So, see what they do. Another Benalia is actually a pretty annoying threat. So we'll get Indestructible. So if they attack Domri, I'm just gonna let it go through. they come at us, then we're gonna have to look to block. So they tap Growth Chamber, which is actually fine. So here, I'm just gonna take the trade. It's just to eat. We weren't gonna block it all anyways. Domri did what she had to do. So we can adapt Growth Chamber, but we're short of mana. I think we're pretty far behind this game. Not hitting that second red has been really bad for us. We have Trample to come in, but at most they double block, they soak it up. Let's just hold back. I want to have the 3 power because it blocks the creature tokens pretty well. Tomeric, what do you do? Lands on the battlefield and lands in your graveyards can't be the targets of spells or abilities. Your opponent can't play lands. Guess it's just an efficient 2/3. Like there's Field of Ruin. No blocks. Okay, so we got the Phoenix this turn. So I'm gonna attack in like this. Gideon can minus now, so it can exile our Phoenix, so I want to get some chip damage into it. See if they decide to block. So they're gonna let Gideon take 4, which is pretty good.
I've fought worse.
So Phoenix can deal with. They're gonna tap it down, most likely. Yeah. So we block a night, block a night. So they probably got this game.
I believe in you, friend.
So giving it lifelink. So here, block there. It's 12. So if we double block, this is where this card's just been like sneakingly good. They've been able to tap down all our relevant blockers. So we're gonna need all our blockers back. if we kill Gideon, so let's see, we kill Gideon, they tap down our Phoenix. They have 6, 8. So we can block 2. And then they have an Adonto. So we can survive with 1 life. I think that's probably the best play. I think we're pretty much dead regardless. Gonna hold the land, make it seem like we have a spell. Because this taps down this. We block. Down to 1. We need a creature next turn to stay alive. Short of mana. Yeah. Okay, so we know they conceded game 1. So we weren't able to sideboard. So in this matchup, Tibalt's pretty good. Brontodon, just bringing the Lava Coils. I don't think we want to have the Rekindling Phoenix. Carnage Tyrant's probably too high on the curve. Do we want the Act of Treason? And actually Zhur-Taa's not that good. Let's bring in Brontodons because they block better. Domri was pretty good in that game. Probably also just get rid of the Branchwalkers. Think we try running it like this. So Act of Treason can steal a Benelish Marshal, which can screw up the math. Llanowar Elves. Nah, I think they don't have like one big threat. I want to be able to put a 3-drop on turn 2. That's our best route to victory. We just got to be like faster and bigger than them. Can't play that hand. Okay, we can play a turn 2 Brontodon. We want a red source. Perfect. So I'll just play this. Second Legion landing's probably not the worst. So here we're gonna attack in, play out another elf, and then play out the Brontodon. So I think this time we're gonna be faster than they are. Do we... No, I still think we... just attack in. Just end the turn here. We can Growth Chamber and adapt it. Because here, if they want to flip Adonto, they're losing a lot of their board position. I will trade the elves here. Alright, so it's a fairy. What are you gonna bounce?
You show remorse, I'll show restraint.
This card's nuts when even the weenie decks are playing it. So if they target Growth Chamber, we'll still adapt. Do we adapt? is the question. So if we adapt, we get rid of our blockers. Yeah, I think we still do.
Here we go.
Thins out our deck, gives us 2 like plays next turn. Sky Marcher will have flying. So here, I think we just go like that. Excuse me. I'm fine with this trade anyways, because it makes their Benalia useless. There was a play to have this hasted in. I'm just gonna let the damage go through.
It's only a matter of time.
So here, just make this bigger. Probably gonna take the 8 damage. Keep missing the red. Playing 24 lands. So they attack in with both. Yeah, I think we just take that. Puts us down to 6. I'm having vigilance is quite relevant. Red source would be great. Kraul Harpooner would be great. Exiling. Okay. So here. So what we're gonna do is on our end step, or depending on how blocks go, I'm gonna pop this to blow out the Conclave Tribunal. And get that as a 4 power. Hey Kotam, it's going well. Long weekend here in Canada, so getting some streams in. And then I'll be going to watch the Raptors hopefully win some playoff games tonight. So here, do we want to blow up the Benalia? Is the question. No, I think just getting the upgrade there. How's things going for you, Kotam? Alright, so we can double creature here. So we have to keep back a flyer. So I think we go... Do we go both Spellbreakers? Yeah, let's go both. We want to try force damage through. They have to block. Nah, Nets them 2 life, they take 4. Yeah. So we'll do it like that. I want to get rid of the Benalia. I'm going to put the Benalia first. So they ended up netting 1 life. Having the trample bodies in is relevant. So they have another Legion's landing. At this point, it's really just some life. So they're gonna pop this off next turn, so I'm gonna want to wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's adapt one of these. Just gets us another body. Do we attack here? No. We need the blockers back for the Benalia. Snubhorn. Domri would be good, because then we can fight one of these flyers. We took out the Carnage Tyrants. Lava Coil will also be good. So opponent's thinking they could push through at least 2 damage in the air, but then they risk getting hit on the snapback. They could gain 3 life. Probably would have made sense for them to make a token first. Alright, so blocks here. 1, 2, 3. Phoenix comes back. We can double adapt our growth chambers. Another land's not where we want to be. So I'll make another token. I'm going to pay out the land because it lets us adapt once more. Don't think we can attack yet. This will just chump that and gives him a nice life buffer. Okay, Lava Coil's good here. Played through the turn there. Should have adapted one of them. So we either need a way to get rid of one more flyer or... Because the problem is here, they take the 4 and then they just hit us 2 in the air. Kraul Harpooner would be good. These Sky Marchers are a little annoying. Okay, so Venerated makes it a little trickier. Stop there. So we got a good army on the ground. Brontodon doesn't do anything. This at least gets rid of a Conclave Tribunal if they draw into it. So I'm not attacking in because they can just block with 4 that gets their life total high enough. Okay, so we lost. Yeah, Benelish off the top. Alrighty. So we'll run it back another one. So as it gets started, for those joining in live, I'm MTG Joe. So I do mostly offline videos, but gonna start trying to do some more live streams for people to join in the chat. We play everything from jank to tier 1 decks. I like building a lot of budget decks. This is one of the series I've been working on where we take a ultra budget version of a deck. So ideally all commons, uncommons, and free cards that you get from the starter decks. Then a mid budget's adding about 10-ish rares mythics in total. And then a no budget version that's basically tuned up as much as possible. It allows people an opportunity to build over time as they get their collection. So we've done versions for Dimir Control, like the Dimir Kefnet deck, Black-White Aristocrats, Is It Sahili Phoenix. So all of those are up on the channel. You can see all the variations there. I've also done write-ups for each on the Reddit sub-arena the Reddit subreddit for Arena. So I highlight some thoughts in terms of why I chose certain cards, have some discussion, answer a lot of questions on there. But if you have any other questions on those decks or any of my decks that I play on the channel, just drop a comment on the videos. So here we went Gruul-Taa just to get some damage in if this is mono blue. I like trying to put in as much damage as possible. Now we're playing this on this turn because it's more likely they'd have a counter on 2. You haven't seen as many Essence Scatter style decks going on right now. Let's see if the opponent has... Okay, so Trickster. Against blue, you probably want to race. This leaves us weaker if they have a Curious Obsession. Okay, the Pteramander. 4 Kraul Harpooner and 4 Phoenix in this matchup are really good. Okay, so we really want to land. Perfect. So that allows us to Phoenix with them tapped out. I'm trying to race them. They'll get... if they have like a Trickster to tap down, that's one thing. But we still have another haste 2/2. So 7, 9, 11. So depending on how they attack, we can try to sneak in the win. Yeah. So I'm probably... So let's see, they block the 2, that's 7, that's 9, they're 1 point off. If they block... Ooh, second Phoenix is good. So they could have a counter spell. Let's make them react first. We'll attack with everything. And then what I'll do, I think I'm gonna go for the double spell. We'll lead on Growth Chamber Guardian to try to draw out the counter. The reason being is Zhur-Taa, we can give it 3 toughness and 3 power. Okay, so they're gonna block there. That's 7 damage. So let's see if they fall for it. Yeah, so we would have got blown out if we dropped the Phoenix. See here, they're in a tricky spot. So they'll have to attack in with at least 2. Okay, I'll take the trade here. It's fine, they're wasting spells. So I could block the Phoenix next turn, take 3. They need another creature. Okay, they'll survive. It's a risky play if they have Spell Pierce. But this will give us the game. If it resolves, we win because we fight. Yeah, so they have the Spell Pierce. I still think we attack. So let's make sure Pateramander can adapt. Six, 9. Okay, do you have one more Curious Obsession? They're going all in. The Jhin saves them. It's just a Storm Tamer, we're okay. They block 2, Trample goes through, we win. Yep. And that's why I like being aggressive against mono blue. So really in this matchup, I think the Lava Coils are good. And probably the collisions. What do we want to get rid of? This seems to do nothing. Rhythm's pretty good. Zhur-Taa is probably better than Branchwalker, but Branchwalker draws us a land. Zhur-Taa can always be 3 toughness. Maybe just get rid of the elves, but the elves help us get a more aggressive start. Also, they probably bring in Entrancing Melodies. Cut down those 3 cards to cut. They can steal our Phoenix. I like Rhythm because of the counter spells. They'll bring in creature counters. Maybe I like Domri as removal. Maybe Domri's ambush. Cut down one elf. Let's try this out. Just gonna let the dog in the room. This hand's awesome, so we'll try it out. Harpooner will hold to fight. Lands would be great about this time. So they got the Obsession. So even if they spell Pierce, we still have a blocker with Kraul Harpooner. Okay, so let's go Harpooner here. This hand's like the mono blue nightmare. Good trade for us. This also puts one more creature in the yard, so if they have a Tempest Dijon, we also have 4 power to kill it, at which point their Dijon will also kill our Harpooner. If they don't, I'm going to just go with a Zhur-Taa Goblin. Perfect. Undergrowth. So we're doing this now because Dijon keeps getting bigger, and then they can also protect it with Spell Pierce, or Dive Down. So let's run it back. See if they have the Dive Down now. Perfect. Sorry, the dog's insisting on sitting on the couch right beside the desk. Here. Let's try this out. You have Spell Pierce? Because even if they have a Merfolk Trickster, the Trickster would tap down our creature, so it gives them an opening. If we get Rhythm down, this allows us to start dealing some damage with Hasters. So now, for example, Phoenix can come in with Haste. Oop. Ooh. Or double riot these. And just start spamming with Growth Chamber Guardians. See if opponent mistakenly tries to counter it. You can get this card down against mono blue, it's very good. The combination of haste and uncounterable. And and opponent doesn't read cards. Smash him for 6. Next turn we do basically that, and then Growth Chamber to get another one back. It's fine, you can Water Knot. Not really concerned with that. Saves our Phoenix. Haste 1/1. Attacking for 6. And then this is the cool play with Growth Chamber. With Rhythm, it doesn't get the full 4 power, but you can play it out and get another creature back. Alrighty, thanks for the comment. So we'll play a best of 1 now to see how the deck fares. I know people were asking for that. May have to tweak it a bit for a best of 1 play. Thanks Dirty William for the comment, glad you're enjoying the stream. Try it out. Wish they'd give us like a good luck emoticon or chat. Again, as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, I'm trying out a new monetization platform with Loot. It's a way that people can, for free, support the channel. It does play those small little short ads sparingly, but let me know if it's something obtrusive, if you're not enjoying it. And I can look to find another method. As we're still building out the channel, it's just an easy way to kind of get something back as we're funding everything out of pocket right now. So I'm going to attack in with Zhur-Taa, see if they want to trade the Resplendent Angel, and then just Domri fight, I think. Or do we set up Rhythm? So we can set up Rhythm. Next turn we can Elf to also protect Domri and then try to get into Carnage Tyrant. Might be the best play. Because next turn we play Domri, Zhur-Taa. They still can't adapt it. Yeah, let's try Rhythm out. It's a little tricky situation right now. Like a Kraul Harpooner would be best. Gives us a better chance of defending Domri. Okay, so they're playing Clarion, that's worth noting. So here... Unfortunately, we can't attack. So you fight you. So we could attack now with the bonus, but they probably block to keep this alive. Here, just put a 1/1 counter on it. So this will hopefully incentivize them. Ooh, that really is rough. To attack with both, unless they go after us. So do I want to protect Domri? No. I think I'm dead regardless. Yeah, I'm dead regardless. Kraul Harpooner? No. Okay, we'll run it back for another one. Unless we had Phoenix there, but that Clarion kind of got us. Can't do anything with this hand. Keep this. This hand's a little awkward. We can't play Elf on 1. Because of that, I'm going to play at the mountain. Fake like we're mono red. Of course, the elf comes out a turn later. Keep that on top. So we can go Spellbreaker next turn. Mono white life gain. No real way to kill a Pride Mate. It's one of those matchups I don't think we'll be able to win. Unless we don't... If we draw Domri, we have a chance. Next turn we'll just double. Vraska's Contempt. Problem here is we're not really doing anything to get ahead. Like we could Hallar Fetcher. Gives it lifelink, they attack for 4. Okay, we'll give it a turn if we don't draw Domri. Okay, that gives us something. They could bring it back with Sorin. Okay, so we're gonna do it like this. Put a counter on it. You fight you. And then Gruul Spellbreaker take 4 off Sorin, so if they want to revive, they're gonna have to kill it.
How predictable.
That was a pretty good sequence. Second Pride Mate. So it's like the Black-White Knights list we've been playing on the channel.
What a mess I've made.
Kraul Harpooner doesn't do much. Think we need to double attack. So Harpooner has the benefit of like a haste attack, but because we only have 1 creature in the graveyard at this point, doesn't really do much. This I want to get rid of Pride Mate first.
I wish you all short lives.
I think we hold back Harpooner. We could get more damage in next turn by giving it haste. So we could smack him for a lot here. Okay, so unless they have a way to gain a lot of life or a Kaya's Wrath. So we got him. That was actually pretty good. Thought we'd have a tougher matchup than we did in that one. Alright, let's crack our pack. See what we get. I keep getting these deliver onto evils. So I'm going to take a short break when we get back. So I'm going to cut this stream just for the playback, so it's the Gruul video. And we come back, we'll probably play some ranked for Esper Hero. So this is the list I've been running. I'm on Platinum right now. So it's more Planeswalker heavy. Dealing with the current meta with like the various decks. And then we kind of I like Kaya's Wrath on the board, a couple other spells. So we'll give this one a shot right after. Thanks for those who tuned in live. Probably be back in about 20-30 minutes, so close to 2 p.m. Eastern time, and we'll get a couple more videos up. Thanks for watching, guys and gals, and have a great one.